Hi, friends. It's Rebecca from New Creation. I bet you know what yesterday was. It was December 25th, Christmas Day. It's the day when most Christians around the world celebrate the birth of Jesus. So, why am I calling today's children's time Merry Christmas? Wasn't Christmas yesterday? Right, some people have already started taking down their Christmas trees. And if you go to the grocery store, the Christmas candy is all on sale. So, isn't Christmas all over? Well, not quite. In fact, this week, I think, is the week we should definitely be telling people Merry Christmas. Do you remember that scene in the book, or if you've seen the movie, A Christmas Carol, when the day of Christmas morning, Ebenezer Scrooge wakes up and he tells everybody, Merry Christmas. He shouts it out the window. He says it to everybody on the street. Well, that's us for the whole Christmas season, which just began now. In fact, the Christmas season goes until January 6th. You might know the song, The 12 Days of Christmas, about different gifts that people get on the 12 days of Christmas. And in the Christian calendar, Christmas actually starts with Christmas Day and goes until Epiphany, which is a holiday we'll talk more about next week. But it's a holiday that celebrates when the three wise men, or the three kings, came and visited Jesus. And so we're just at the start of Christmas. I think that's really exciting news because if you love Christmas, it means we get to have more and more of it. So, how did we at New Creation celebrate Jesus's birthday lately? Well, I ask people to share their ideas or their memories or the traditions in their family about how they celebrate. And here are some of the things that you said. Lots of people said that they read Luke 2 from the Bible, the second chapter of the book of Luke. And here are Dominic and Zeke reading it. This is the part of the Bible, one part of the Bible that tells us the story of Jesus's birth, and it's a pretty famous retelling of it. So a lot of families read this story together on Christmas Eve or on Christmas Day. And a lot of people also watch a Christmas movie called A Charlie Brown Christmas, and the character Linus, he's here on the screen. He recites this book of the Bible. In fact, I bet there's some people in our church who have this whole story memorized word for word. Some people send Christmas cards as a way to remember Jesus's birth, because when the angel announces that Jesus has been born, the angel says he brings tidings of great joy. Tidings of great joy. And another way of thinking about that is cards or notes or messages, and they could be paper cards or electronic cards, other ways that we share the great joy that Jesus is born. Some families have an Advent wreath, and some wreaths, not all wreaths, have a white candle in the middle, and that represents Jesus. And on Christmas Day, they light that white candle. And so maybe this is something your family does. Some families have a nativity set that shows the scene of Jesus's birth. Some families keep it up all year long. Some families only bring it out at Advent and Christmas. And some families, even if they bring it out for Advent, don't put the baby Jesus in the manger until Christmas Day. So if you went to their house during Advent, you'd see the sheep and the camel and the donkey and Joseph and Mary and shepherds and an angel and maybe wise men, but you wouldn't see baby Jesus until Christmas. Some people remember the birth of Jesus by putting an angel on top of their tree. Other people put a star. Other people put other things. And of course, not everybody has a tree. But the angel reminds us again of that announcement that Jesus was born. And we hear that reflected in songs like Angels We Have Heard on High. That's a kind of famous one about angels singing the news that Jesus was born. Some people put a nativity scene on their tree. It's really, this is kind of a famous favorite ornament for a lot of people, especially ones that are made of olive wood that come from the part of the world where Jesus was born in Palestine and Israel today. This kind of wood is a famous wood, especially for Christmas decorations, especially ones that are in nativity here. So this one has Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus in it. One thing that our family does is make sure that we are extra generous to families with babies right now. And so we like to give things to the sharing box that are especially for babies, like diapers or formula or socks or onesies or baby food, so that families make sure make sure that we can help make sure that families have enough for babies. And that's especially important because Jesus, this is when we remember Jesus as a baby. A lot of us like giving gifts. If we remember the story of the wise men again, we'll talk about more about that in the coming days. But the wise men came to Jesus and they brought gifts. And that's one reason we give gifts to each other. Here's Zeke. He's made a gift. He has knit this very cool octopus as a gift for his aunt and his uncle. Probably, probably you have at some point giving a gift to someone else for a holiday. Maybe you made a card, or you did a kind deed, or maybe you made something or bought something too. And of course, we also like getting gifts. Lots of us get to enjoy getting gifts around Christmas time too. Well, the good news is that Christmas isn't over yet. In fact, it won't even be over next Sunday when we next talk during children's time. And that's because the Christmas season lasts another 12 days and maybe even longer than that. There's different ways to count how long Christmas can be. And some Christians celebrate Christmas. Some Christians celebrate Christmas into February. Not necessarily with big parties and gifts every day, but definitely all Christians have part of our story is that not just Jesus's birth, but Jesus's early childhood and his visit from the three wise men, or the three kings, as they're sometimes called. And that will happen on January 6th. And so we have another week and a little bit longer even to keep celebrating Christmas.